everybody, welcome back to my channel Heart to Heart with Shikha, and today's topic is codependency. Codependency, we will talk about what codependency is, how does it affect our lives, and if you can change something about it to make your life better. Codependency, we have heard this word a lot, and we have misunderstood it also a lot. Codependency is not about being dependent on someone for your physical needs. Codependency means that you are constantly trying to live your life for others. It sounds something like that we all do, that we try to keep the people in our lives happy, and we try to accommodate everybody else's needs before ours, and which is normal, which is natural, and that is what people should do in terms of being able to help others around us. But here is the difference. There is a difference being selfless, and there is difference being codependent. So what is the difference between selflessness and codependency? Selflessness is what we all do as parents, as friends, as spouses, that we try to take care of the needs of our children and put their needs first. We try to help our elderly, whenever they need help, and not worry about our health when an elderly person is not feeling well. Or when the child is sick, then we keep awake all night taking care of the child. That is selflessness. But when a person becomes codependent, then they forget their own self completely, to the extent that they want other people to need them, and they want other people's validation to understand their self-worth. Meaning, for example, a codependent person would find happiness in if they can do something for the person who they are codependent on, to the extent that they will make the person they are codependent on totally dysfunctional. So they would do each and everything for this person. And we have seen this, like for example, some mothers, they will pamper their children to the extent that they will not let them do anything on their own, and they will take care of each and every need of theirs, even after they grow up. And they can take care of simple things like getting a glass of water, or maybe taking out their own clothes. But they don't, because they feel that if they don't do those things for that person, then they will become irrelevant in their lives. They feel that insecurity, that if I don't do this for my child, then my child would not love me back or not care for me. And they become this codependent mother, taking care of their child to the extent that when their child grows up and is ready to fly out, he's unable to fly out independently, because he or she does not know how to do it. So it is all in good faith that a mother takes care of her child. But a mother should not take care of her child thinking what this child is going to give her back. And that's where codependency differs from selflessness. I'm also a mother, I also love my children a lot. But at the same time, I knew that one day my children are going to leave the nest and they are going to go their own way. And with that, I tried not to have that expectation from my children that they are going to love me and care for me in the same manner as they would when they were home, because they have to live their life too. And that is called unconditional and selfless love. When you give that love without expecting anything in return. Now, where does this codependency come from? And this is not, when I say codependency, it's not limited just to mother. Your spouse could be codependent. Your friend could be codependent. It could be anybody around you who is codependent. And people who are codependent have experienced some kind of trauma in their childhood. Either they have been overprotected and over-obsessed by their parents or somebody in the family, or they had neglect from their family. Because what happens is, codependent people have anxious attachment style. They find peace in keeping others happy, and they are constantly seeking this validation and approval from the person they are with, to tell them that they are loved, they are cared for. Because if they don't get that validation from the person in front of them, they feel frustrated, they feel angry, and then they go into depression and anxiety. Because in their childhood, they either got too much love, and so they never understood what it was to do things by themselves or be themselves. Or they were left by themselves and they were abandoned. And so as soon as they find somebody who gives them the care and the love they were looking for, they cling on to that person. And so they become clingy. And that is why it is called an anxious attachment style, because they're constantly wanting the attention of the person who they are codependent on. Now think it like this. They are like these parasites who are attached to your body, and as soon as you don't give them the attention they need, they start getting depressed, irritated, and angry. So now the question is that how can we deal with this codependency in our lives? If we are codependent on somebody and we can see all this in ourselves, then definitely we ourselves can take care of it. If the problem is beyond you, then definitely it would be advisable that you take a help of some therapist who will go and find where the problem started and why did you get this, and they will help you to wean away from this codependency quality in you, and you can learn how to live better. But if you feel that the problem can be dealt by you and you're strong enough, which you are, then you can learn your self-worth, and you can understand that if you are by yourself, if you are alone, you necessarily don't have to be lonely. You can find things which make you happy. You can do things which make you happy and, keep yourself occupied by doing those things and making a life for yourself instead of seeking approval and validation from the people whom you are codependent on. Because nobody likes clingy people. Because the more you will chase the person by being clingy, the further that person is going to run away from you. So don't be that codependent person. And as for parents, my advice would be that leave your children and let them fly. Because this is a vicious cycle. A codependent parent creates a codependent child. What is a codependent parent? You would think that, I'm doing the best for my child. I'm giving everything to my child. I'm doing everything for my child because I want my child to be happy. Yes, we all want our children to be happy. But you also need to be happy. Because when your children will grow up, they will leave and they will go away for their own life. And that is the time that you should not feel that you have nothing left to do because your children left. And then, because your children have left, you don't have to sit there and feel sad that, my children grew up and now they are doing things on their own. Because that's how a codependent parent feels. They feel lost and they feel that there is no purpose left in their life because their child left. And then they start either continuously calling their children, trying to know what is happening in their life. Yes, we all need to know where our children are and what they're doing. But you have to let them live too. You have to learn to let go of your children. Because the more you protect your children, even after they grow up as adults, the more harm you are bringing them. Because you are creating a codependent adult in the society. And that is very, very harmful for the person who is going through all these emotions of anger, depression, anxiety, because they don't know how to deal with their emotions. So please try and let the people around you feel that you are important to them, but don't feel that if they don't give you that approval and validation, then you are nothing without them. You are something. So create interdependent relationships with your spouse, with your friends, with your children. Interdependent relationships, that means that you give everybody their space. You set emotional boundaries for yourself. And you learn to know when to back out or take a step back when the person whom you are dealing with is not comfortable. So if you are in a relationship with somebody and they want their own time, it's not because that they don't love you. Everybody needs their own time. And you need to find your me time, your quality time. Do something which you love doing. Because trust me, if you have an interdependent relationship with everybody around you, everybody will love you more, everybody will respect you more, and you will be happy for yourself too. So realize your self-worth and find time for yourself. And that is how you can end codependency in relationships. So take care, share, like, and subscribe so that somebody else can also benefit from this conversation. And stay tuned for more conversations with Heart to Heart with Shikha. Take care. Bye.